Hello guys, Brad again, and tonight I thought I would just shoot a video about two different things. First of all, I want to respond to a couple of comments that I received on my latest video, my 24 Platinum video, and also I came up with another video idea, and I wanted to kind of get a little bit of input on that next video idea as well before I film it. So, first off, let me get into the comments on my 24 Platinum video. A couple of responses I had received kind of got me to thinking a little bit here, and so I thought it'd be good to do a video about it and try to respond here in video form. So first comment was from Silent Rich 11, and his comment on my video was, "I'd be willing to bet that over 95% of the fragrances you review get 6 to 7 scores overall. So everything you review is average to below average? I like watching your reviews, but honestly the information is completely worthless or useless." Okay, so let's go with the scoring aspect of my question there. So 6 to 7 score. He is right. I do tend to give fragrances average scores for the most part. Maybe there is a flaw in my scoring system, because I know a lot of times I will give a fragrance 8, 9, close to 10 in smell, and then I dock it down a lot because, well, maybe it doesn't have good projection, maybe it's overpriced. You have to set a price point for your purchases, I believe. Well, at least I would. I can't really see spending over 70, 80 bucks for a fragrance myself. So when I see something priced at 150 and there's no discounted bottles available, you know, that hurts my score. Maybe I shouldn't use price point in my scoring. I don't know. A lot of times I think I am being more lenient in that regard as well. I think sometimes I was really pushing the price point too heavy. Maybe it should just be a small part of my overall score. But as far as like below average scoring, I do have experience with a lot of really bad smelling fragrances. Before I even started my channel, I was sniffing some really bad things, and even before I had a solid scoring system in place, I was reviewing a lot of fragrances that really didn't go well. So yeah, those fragrances really aren't, you know, involved in the equation. So that's one part of it. And as far as like the 9 to 10 fragrances, like again, a lot of the fragrances that I sniffed out early on in my fragrance journey, either, you know, the videos weren't scored or something like that. So that's why you're seeing a lot of these 6 to 7 scores. I don't really have a lot of great fragrances that I'm testing out right now. A lot of them are just things that I'm just curious about, maybe things that not a lot of people have talked about yet. A lot of these sporty fragrances that nobody seems to like anyway, kind of, you know, mediocre. So, and also I do mostly designer stuff, and most designers are made to please the masses, and so, you know, that's why it's very rare that I'm going to give a mainstream designer a low score unless the fragrance is geared towards somebody like very young or whatever. But even then, chances are, if I don't think the fragrance is suitable towards my taste, I probably will avoid it anyway. Of course, a lot of times I get samples from eBay that came as part of the lot, and in that case, maybe I will give a fragrance a poor score. Because I got it as part of that bulk auction. As far as my reviews being completely worthless, I'm not really sure where he's going with that. I know a lot of reviewers don't even give a score to a fragrance. They simply describe the fragrance, talk about projection, longevity, occasion, whatever, and then say check it out, you know, see if you like it. And that's really all you can do as a reviewer, is just recommend people check out the fragrance and decide for themselves. You know, you give the description, describe it the best way you can, and let the person watching the video decide if that's what they want to wear. You know, I try to cover all the bases here. I do my best to describe the fragrance. I try to cross-reference. I think I do that as well as anybody, cross-reference fragrances in terms of other fragrances. I think that's one thing people say I'm pretty good at, because I have smelled so many different things. I can say, well, this kind of reminds me of this fragrance or that fragrance, because I have gone pretty deep into this hobby here. So, I mean, everybody has their own opinion, and if you think my reviews are worthless, um, I guess that's too bad. Of course, you're still watching, so I don't know, maybe you just think I'm hilarious. My deadpan delivery is hilarious. So I'm glad you get a good chuckle out of my reviews, if that's the case. So, whatever. Now, Horse Stiff 2K also gave me a little message here. Are you ever impressed with a fragrance? Did a bottle of cologne murder your parents? I reckon you're either not at all passionate about men's fragrances or an absolute curmudgeon. So that kind of goes into what the first guy was saying. Of course, I can think of several fragrances that I've smelled that really did blow me away. Like a lot of people, Aventus was amazing. I loved Riverside Drive. A lot of people don't even like Riverside Drive. They say it smells like pickle juice. I completely disagree. I would say Riverside Drive is maybe one of the best fragrances you could possibly own. Molecule 1, some people say, oh, it only lasts for 5 minutes. I say it's a good 10 to 12 hours, and the ladies love it. Get Molecule 1 if you want a good niche fragrance. Now, I think when I did series number 7, the smell, I gave a good score to. I kind of docked it down because of the price point, but I was able to get a bottle of series number 7 for about $50 on eBay. So there's another one. So yeah, and you know, I still love Acquadigio. I never really thought it was justified to give that fragrance any hate. So yeah, a lot of fragrances do impress me. Fortunately, like I said with the first question, I'm just kind of, you know, grabbing things, and you know, maybe I'm just, you know, taking things that aren't that great right now. I mean, I can't change the way my nose perceives fragrances. So I wouldn't say that I hate fragrances or I'm a curmudgeon. I'm just doing my best to review everything I can get my hands on. And I don't know a lot of other reviewers that will do that, that will simply take anything they get their hands on. Like in my case, you know, it could be an Axe body spray, you know, even like a hand cream or something, anything with an odor to it. Hey, give it to me, let me smell it, and I will tell you how I feel about it. So that's that. Now, to wrap up my video, I came up with this idea for a fragrance video that I think would be really great for the community and other reviewers to do. First of all, what is the perfect amount of bottles to own? I mean, I know some people keep buying more and more bottles, but I do see that as some reviewers and collectors get to a certain point, they start selling and trading out their bottles. They want to keep that number to a set level. Maybe it's 50 bottles, 30 bottles. I was thinking probably 30 bottles would be like an ideal amount. See if you agree with me on that or not. Maybe you can tell me what you feel is like the ideal number of bottles, and let me know if you think I should assemble a list where I just basically come up with 30 bottles that cover the entire spectrum of fragrances: summer, fall, winter, spring, and nighttime, daytime, casual, formal. Just try to create that perfect list. I do enjoy the journey and everything that's led to where I am now, but maybe it's fun to just figure out, you know, what, you know, is the final result here of your research. You know, what 30 bottles would simply be the best thing that you can think of at the moment. So that's all I have to say today. Thanks for listening to that little ramble there. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later.